Hello and welcome to episode 118 of the Talk Nintendo podcast, a very special Christmas podcast. My name's Casey Gibson, I'm one of your hosts, and I am joined tonight on this very snowy, Christmassy Eve. But it's not really Christmas Eve. Perry Burkum.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. How's it going, Cassie?
I am well, Perth. How are you?
Bartholomew. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm really excited about our Christmas show that our third annual Christmas show.
Third annual.
Yep, where we send each other gifts and we're going to open them up on the show. And if you're listening to this audio podcast later, we're actually going to have, well, hopefully, when everything works out. It should work out. But we're going to have a video of us opening the gifts. So if you when you get to that point,
so
or
if you want to
listen on
see
YouTube later or
Perry's
something.
big, scary-looking mug opening up some delightful gifts.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my cool Talk Nintendo mug.
Oh, no, I'm talking about that scary mug upon your shoulders.
You mean the mug that I used for my mug shot when I got arrested?
The old mugger. Yep.
Yeah, so I think we're just going to put that in our normal video, right? You just put that, right? We could probably just edit it into that.
Edit what?
Edit our Christmas part into the
into the standard
YouTube.
One? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Cool.
give me a nice little timestamp, and I can do anything.
That's right. Well, we have because it's a Christmas special. It's a packed year. We got a packed show, and we got what we've been playing. eShop Roundup, news talk, listener mail, some Craigslist Roundup, and
of course
our topic of the show.
The entree. Our gifts.
Our gift opening. So
but, yeah, I mean, like you said, we've got a bunch of stuff to do, and I think we should do it.
Okay, so
by
let's start
jumping
off.
into a little game you've been playing that I recently have been playing, but not the version you're playing.
That's right. Now, what the heck does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means I've been playing Carcassonne for the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh-wee. Yes, sir.
Yes. Remember, this
Perry's
was announced.
Favorite game of all time, or one of them.
Yeah, it honestly is for sure one of my favorite games. If you can take it out of the video game spectrum, but even in video game spectrum, one of my favorite games. I've been playing it all day with Jules, actually. For the past couple weeks we have. And so, yes, Carcassonne. Everyone should know what Carcassonne is. If they're very much in the tabletop genre as Settlers of Catan or Catan. It's very similar to that. I mean, that concept of strategy tabletop game.
Well, Perry, what happens if they have no idea what that means?
What Settlers of Catan is?
Yeah, give us the quick and dirty.
Okay, so it's a tabletop strategic game, turn-based. You could really call it a turn-based. It's like a strategy game. But Carcassonne is you're building a map basically out of tiles, out of square tiles, and you draw one out of the bag when it's your turn, and you got to place it on the map where it can fit. And obviously, you start with one tile, and by the end of it, you have this big, huge grid of tiles. Now, of course, there's going to be holes in them because you always, each side is either a city, or it's a field, or it's a road. So there's basically 3 different kinds of sides, and you got to fit them together. So you make points by claiming different features on those, like cities and roads, and things called monasteries or cloisters, whatever you want to call them. And then also you can farm, which farming is way different. But basically, you build cities. Once you complete them, if you own them, like if you by putting your little characters on the cities, once you own them, and once the walls have been completely surrounding it closed it out, then you get to take them off and score points depending on how big it is per tile. So if I had a city that had 4 tiles, I would get 2 points each, and it would be 8 points. And then it's the same idea with roads. If you have a road with 8 tiles, you get only 1 point per tile, so you get 8 points for that. And then cloisters or monasteries, you put the tile down and you claim that, and you have to surround that tile. That one tile just has to be surrounded by 8 other tiles. And then you take it off and you score 9 points, because that would be 9 tiles, including the monastery.
That's where you make your bread and butter, baby.
Well, it's interesting because it's funny because yes, early on, if you buy the first game, like I mean, if you're just playing the game, no expansions, for
Mhm.
sure, that is totally where you make a lot. And it's funny because the expansions really kind of expand upon the other parts of it, and it kind of makes the cloisters like
Not that good.
obsolete almost. Well, just kind of weird. So and this is why I love this game so much is that I've actually spent a lot of time making my own expansions for it. Me
Nerd
and my friends would do this
alert.
all the time. Yeah, I know, but it's so much
No,
fun.
I'm
It's because it's
kidding.
like you can actually design it, you know?
Well,
No, I know
it's
you're
funny
kidding.
because I had never played it before, and I've heard so much from Perry, and Caitlin and I were looking for a good game to play together. And I was like, excuse me, I was thinking, oh, perfect, Carcassonne on the Switch. But then we heard no online playing stuff, and it was still a couple weeks till it was coming out. So we ended up getting the board game. And now I totally, because originally I'm like, man, like he made his own expansions. Like, how would you exactly do that? But now seeing the game, I could totally understand
Yeah.
how one would go about making their own expansion for this
So
game.
yeah, so for instance, one of my favorite ones, because of the cloisters, because you're talking about, is one I call the bishops, and because you know the monasteries, they're churches, you know, that's medieval. This whole
The
game
Holy Land.
has like a medieval take in France. That's what Carcassonne is. And so
Wait, it's French?
yeah,
Whoa!
I know. Burn it. But
I'm never playing Carcassonne. No, I'm just kidding.
I made a bishop to where it's just a little, you know, kind of coin shaped wooden piece that goes under that you can put on a cloister, and then you can put your guy on top of that. So you only get one of them, but you can make one, and then so that guy, your meeple, becomes a bishop. And then once you put it on there, the reason you do that, then he will own any other cloisters touching his cloister,
Ooh, baby.
so that you don't have to have different meeples on it.
Yeah,
but the
then he could
idea
really
is-
rack it up.
The idea is you have to complete all of the cloisters that you put on, otherwise you score nothing at the end.
Ooh, so that's what we would call the old boomer bust, eh?
Yep. So there is, and to tie this into everything what we're talking about, there's an expansion called Inns and Cathedrals, which in theory, if I were to sell this to them, it would be a part of that because it's very similar. Because Inns and Cathedrals, which is available on the Switch version that you can buy, it's DLC actually for like $7, which is fine because you know the expansions are like 17 or $20 now. But anyway, an inn goes next to a road, and it makes the road worth double. It's amazing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But so if you draw a tile with an inn on the road, then you can add that to your road, and then your road becomes 2 points per tile. With the caveat being you have to finish it. If you don't finish it, it's worth nothing. So many times,
I like the high risk, high reward.
high risk,
you know?
exactly. And then the cathedrals are big city pieces, okay, and they're four-sided cities, so it's just a big chunk of city. Which there are some of those already in the standard.
Yeah, I think
there's
there's
two of
only like
those.
one or two. Yeah,
There's two, I
they're
believe.
few and far between.
But this one is a big one like that, and it gives you, instead of 2 points per tile when you complete a city, it gives you 3 points. So you make gigantic cities, and it can be a make or break. But if you don't finish them, which is very possible because you can play the game offensively and try to make it so people can't complete their features because they can't find the right piece,
Mhm.
then you get nothing if you don't finish it. So anyway, Carcassonne, it's an amazing game. Sorry I've been babbling on about it, but it's a really awesome game that I've played for over probably around a decade now. Around a decade when I played it with my friend Matt's house. And so I've become very much obsessed with it. I once went to my friend's university. I visited him. We played a 13-hour Carcassonne game.
Jeez, how?
It was on half of a ping pong table. We filled up the entire ping pong table, like half of one.
I guess the game can get sizably larger.
Yeah,
when you
because
have a
every
lot of
expansion you'll
yeah.
get more tiles, so it just makes it longer.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna,
we
I was
had,
gonna be like, man.
dude, we both had full sets plus like each of us had like 6 expansions.
Shoo.
And then anyway, so
You ain't messing
I
around.
love this game, and I could play a game. I could play it every day of my life. I love Carcassonne. So let's get to the Switch version. So as naturally when this came, I demanded that I reviewed it because we actually I remember we had like a
Who
like
could
a,
out Carcassonne another man on?
and I was like, guys, I have meeple pillows. So, sorry.
Yeah, and I think that's when Neil was like, "All right, it's all yours."
Touche.
I concede.
Yeah.
Volunnoy.
So, yeah, and so I got the game, and it doesn't look like the original Carcassonne. It looks like a brand new game, new art, and unfortunately, it's just very mediocre and just clumsy, and which is a shame. But like just for instance, you can't use touch controls, which is crazy. It's the most. It would be so good with that. And on top of that, like moving around the analog stick as your cursor is really slow. The UI for like placing a meeple, for placing a guy on your piece is really weird, because it can be like, if you like are aimed like an inch to the left, then it'll place one, but if not, then he'll just skip your turn and you'll move on. So there are turns where I meant to place a guy, but I didn't. You can't go back, whatever.
That's annoying.
And then the two biggest sins are, one is there's a rumble that you can't turn off that's obnoxious. I mean, it's obnoxious and it's bad. So there's that, which is just, that's just kind of weird, right? You can turn the music down, the sound effects down. You can't turn off or, adjust the rumble. The other thing is this is $20 and there's no online play with this game.
That's the real deal breaker. Like, I feel like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. I mean, if anything, this would be the reason why you'd play it on the Switch, because you can't play a board game online, right? With people. And I remember they announced it. I remember when they had that indie showcase or whatever, one of those directs, and they mentioned you can play local, and I was like, no, but I still felt it was my duty to review the game because I just had to. So, yeah, really unfortunate, and it's just, and it does include two of the really small expansions, the River, and then one called the Abbot.
Those are the two that were included in the base board game that I bought as well.
Oh, really?
Yep, it comes with the River.
So now,
you start off the game with. I
the
forget
nice.
how many river pieces there are, but you build the river, and then it just sort of gives you like a basis.
It starts off the game with a bigger field, so you can and it gives you, when you're playing. Oh, Casey, you got to play with the Princess and the Dragon expansion. It's amazing, because there's a dragon that sits on the volcano, and then when you draw a dragon tile, like a tile that has like a little icon on it, you all move the dragon, and you move 6 spaces. Like one at a time, and any space that he hits, all the meeples get thrown off of it. So you can push people off their cities and stuff. Yeah, so obviously the game is amazing. Unfortunately, there's only 2 expansions included with it, small ones, and there's only one more available for purchase, Inns and Cathedrals, which is an essential expansion if we're talking about expansions. And that's it for now. I didn't say anything. So the only thing I can say is there's no reason, like I said this last week, you should not buy this game, because you should buy it on iOS. And there is an absolutely amazing Carcassonne game that is literally exactly like the game, that gives you all the options, and you can play it online. And there's tons of expansions available for it, and it's half the price. So... and it looks great, and it's way more, you know what I mean? So it's just, I just can't recommend it if you have an iPhone. I mean, obviously, it might be on the droids too, on the Androids, but I don't know if it is. But it's just one of those things. If you have an iPad, oh my goodness, like it's
I could see better on the iPad it being, just because for me, gaming on the phone always. I mean, I have no doubt that it probably works well, but no.
It does work well. I'm telling you.
I know. I'm just saying the small little surface area. That's why I think. On an iPad, it would probably be fantastic.
No. If you have I've played it on the iPod Touch way back on the small iPod Touches, and it's fantastic, and it works perfect.
Nerd.
And you can play. It's amazing. So all those things. Like I said, and I mentioned this in my review. If your only way is on the
old switcherino.
I mean, like, you can have fun with it. You can play multiplayer. You can play up to 6 players. That's cool. You can play against a computer. You can learn how to play the game. It's playable. It's just there's a lot of caveats, And so it's just hard it's a hard recommend, but it's not broken per se, and it just kind of looks muddy and kind of ugly and just kind of slow and dull. That's all though, so that's it. Anyway, Carcassonne, I love the game. Can't wait to play it with you in real life. That'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, baby, yeah, that'll be a blast.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, before we get into the next game, let's do another game before that next game. And this game is the game of all games that features game characters from many other games. Right, Gamey?
My name ain't Gamey.
Okay.
Do I look
Casey,
like a deer to you?
What are you going to talk about?
I'm going to talk a little bit about some Super Smash Bros. Again.
Melee.
Yeah, the game Perry never played.
Because I'm a monster.
Yeah, so this week I've been pretty busy, so I've just been playing some more Smash Bros. Here and there. I do have, it's spelt Grizz, but it's pronounced Grease, Gris is how it's spelt.
Oh, yeah.
I did get that game, and I started to play a little bit of it, but things came up, so I feel like this weekend I'm really going to dive into that, so I'll be able to talk about that next week, and I've been a lot of high praise. And from the little tiny bit I've played, it really is a beautiful looking game. But yeah, I'll have more about that next week, as well as I talked to you on Sunday because I was going to get to playing some Kingdom, and then I never actually got around to it. So I will have those two games to talk about next week. But in the meantime, like I said, I've been playing some more Ultimate, really honing in on the World of Light single player, which is, I would say, probably the best single player option. I mean, I should say, like, the best adventure mode that Smash has ever seen. Subspace Emissary was amazing, but really it was amazing for the visuals, like all the cutscenes. And then, yeah, it was more like, oh, I have to do these sort of mundane activities to get to that next killer cutscene.
Yeah. Cool idea. Just, not fully great execution. But anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, so
like World of Light.
So World of Light has sort of done a 180, and they're like, we're going to focus on delivering a fun and engaging mode, and foregoing, like, the bells and whistles like associated with the cutscenes and stuff. So, I forget how much I'm blanking on how much I talked about this last week.
About what?
World of Light? Did I really talk?
Not too much.
So, all right. So I'll give a quick overview. You get in there. Obviously, everyone's seen the trailer by now. Kirby survives. So you start out as Kirby, and you sort of go from node to node on this sort of huge map that is sort of similar to like a Mario Bros. Style, where it's like there's a rail, for you to sort of travel along, but there are branching paths, and a little bit of freedom to move around. But the goal is you're going to go from each stop, you're going to be fighting different spirits, and these spirits take on the form of a fighter from within the game. But what's cool is that it sort of tries to replicate the feeling of that particular spirit. So, for example, and sorry if I used this last week too, Ness's father is represented by a phone. That's what his spirit looks like.
Yeah, you did talk about that.
Okay, yeah, and then when you get into battle, you actually, there's an invisible fight, So it sort of tries to emulate, like, the character from its series using the assets of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I don't know if I've actually done this one, but I've seen, like, the Donkey Kong, the Rabid Donkey Kong, spirit, and then, like, it has, like, the white furred Donkey Kong as its fighter
bunny
and
hat.
stuff. Yeah, so
and then giant, yeah.
So it's really clever how they do that. And each one of these has like a little nod to the series it comes from. Now, the problem with that is, without the trophies, you really need to sort of know these things, Otherwise, it goes sort of unappreciated, all the cleverness that is present,
Yeah, one of my favorite was I just did tonight was QB. QB is from Box Boy. From Box Boy.
It's my B-boy.
Yeah. It was 4 black and white Kirbys, you know, because he can like do the
yeah.
4 boxes.
Like it's
Isn't that
perfect.
great?
Yeah, it's so clever.
Yeah.
Like I said, the bad thing is that you really need to have that knowledge, and like there are plenty that it's like I don't even really recognize, and you know we're big Nintendo losers, so it's like to not even be able to know for sure. It's like there's and especially if you're a casual player, it's like you're gonna have no idea what 98% of these are, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do unlock a spirit, there are 2 different types of spirits. You got your primary and your support spirits. Primary is the one that you sort of select to level up as you fight, and then you have from 0 up to 3 different slots of support spirits that you could put on to the primaries depending on how many slots they have available. And those supports give different boosts to the character. So you've got like you nullify wind, you know what I mean? So like if you go to a challenge where it's like the wind's gusting, it doesn't really bother you, you know? Or like, oh, the floor is lava, so it's always on fire. But like there are support spirits that negate that lava or being, you know, on the floor. Like you could walk through it and not be hurt. So it helps situationally. Then there are the ones that like you just start out with items, you know, like, oh, you start out with a bomb or something like that. Right. And then there are even ones that sort of just like give you like, oh, this will be more strong, you know, like certain attacks in certain situations. And like you can mix and match, and it's pretty easy to get into it and like pick a spirit you're gonna fight. It'll be like, hey, this is the spirit. This is the parameters of the fight, and then you can pick your spirits based on that relatively quickly and easily right before the fight. So it's nice, like, you don't have to, like, dig through menus for hours on end, like, trying to get the perfect spirit team, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the world is huge. There's tons and tons and tons of content within this world of light. You get, like, you can level up your spirits by giving them food that you unlock, and that's really the best way to do it, because, like, as you fight, you get experience, but using the food really boosts up the spirits a lot. You can dismiss spirits, which turn them into cores, essentially, sort of like Pokemon Let's Go. Then you can summon spirits by putting different cores together to summon different spirits, and usually they're pretty powerful. At least I felt like the ones I've summoned have been pretty strong. And then there's even a skill tree that you can unlock different abilities to sort of how your play style is, make certain attacks stronger, and all that jazz. So there's plenty to do within World of Light. And then, there's even the Spirit Board, which is like, essentially it's like taking the World of Light and just putting a bulletin board up with different bounties. And say, hey, you can go get this spirit. It's available for 5 more minutes. You know, like go try and fight it, you know? And what's cool is they had a little event this weekend where, like, I got James McLeod, who's, like, a legendary spirit, and he's my strongest spirit right now. So it's, like, it's cool that they have little events, and then when you go in it, it's like, this spirit will randomly show up on this day, but there's a more probable chance that he'll show up at 1, 7, and,
that's cute.
So it's, like, you can check back in and all that jazz.
That's great.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm really liking it. I don't know if it's one of those things you're going to sit there and be like, I'm going to play 8 hours of World of Light today, you know?
No, it's definitely not.
Because it's a lot of just, not the same thing, but the same thing. Like, they're different battles for sure, but it is essentially, at the end of the day,
Smash
it's just,
Bros.
Yeah. So for me, I really like getting into World of Light, going through it for a while, jumping out, doing some online or some classic mode, and then, bouncing around. And I think that's probably the best way to play Smash in general. I mean, I know you could play just endless online as well, but yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah.
They make it hard.
Yeah, I know.
Man, is their online bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day.
So bad.
But yeah, World of Light, good stuff. Like I said, I'm sure Smash will just sort of be one of those things we casually talk about for a while. But yeah.
Cool. Well, I got a game that kind of came out of nowhere, and I thought,
wait, Perry's got 2 games this week?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be dipped.
Yep. And that game is Revenge of the Bird King. this. Have you heard of this game, Case?
I've heard of it, but I don't really know anything about it.
Well, if you were to look at it, you might think, is that Shovel Knight? Because it looks exactly like Shovel Knight. Like,
really?
This game it's so weird. Because we've hit the point where, Shovel Knight is the ode to the classic era, right? And now we have the
ode
to the ode, And so this is like, it's weird, like the same palette scheme, it looks great. I mean, it really does look great. So
yeah,
I was interested in this game because
I was going to say,
I saw a press release for
the
this.
text, "Thy will be gun."
Yeah.
Like,
it
that
takes
looks
exactly.
totally like it, yeah.
Yeah. And so I saw this game, I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. Like a cute little, retro platformer. I love retro platformers. And I saw that it was $4.99. And I was like, $4.99? Like, what's the deal with that, Like, this does not look like a $5 game, like, at all to me. So anyway, they sent us a code, and I'm playing it, and I still am perplexed about the whole $4.99 thing. It's really good. I'm totally enjoying Revenge of the Bird King. I mean, it's no Shovel Knight, obviously. Like, the level design, nothing, everything. The effort of this game put together obviously doesn't come close, and that's why it's the $4.99. But it's a solid and fun retro platformer. You're this bird eagle thing, and it has this funny mechanic. You have a gun, right? Because the whole thing's about guns. Guns.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually, instead of ammo, like refilling your ammo, once you have used all the ammo of your gun, you throw a gun seed, and then a gun tree grows, and then a gun comes out of that, and you got to pick up a new gun.
Okay.
So that's literally, yeah. So you shoot, like with Y or whatever, and then you hit A to throw a gun seed, and you can just infinitely spawn them to grab new ones. But it's just kind of this, it's actually kind of a cool idea, because out of nowhere, because, it runs down, you get a lot of shots out of one load, it's probably like, I don't know, like 20 or 30 shots. But it kind of comes up on you, and you're like, oh my goodness, I ran out of ammo when I didn't even think about it. And so I got it, instead of like just a quick reload, you might need to find a place, you might be somewhere where you can't, like, where you throw the seed and it kind of goes off the platform, so you got to jump down and get in. So it's actually, I mean, although it's a really wacky and just kind of
wacky tobacco.
Yeah, it's just a wacky tobacco gimmicky thing. But honestly, in execution, it's actually kind of cool, because it does have a lot of those organic, like, feels to it, where it out of nowhere in the game design kind of works really well with it. It's cool. I don't know. Like I said, I know it sounds silly, and it's funny. A gun tree, it's funny. Haha. You shoot stuff, but you go around. The mechanic is you're basically, it's just like a Mega Man. Like, you run and shoot, and then you can also what do you call it when you slide across the floor?
A dash.
A dash. Yeah. You can dash. I think dash is more, and then you can also melee attack. So, like, for instance, there's like a snail. And you can shoot that down, but then, like, the next, like, the snail has like another shell on it, and you have to melee it first, and then you can attack it, stuff like that. Lots of, just normal, basic, nothing new, you've seen here. Now, the biggest thing that I think might throw people off is the difficulty is insane, because there are no checkpoints in the levels. So, and the levels are pretty darn long.
They're big. I was just going to say, if they're short, that doesn't seem so.
Yeah, no, they're pretty long, and it's, like, pretty punishing. So, I kind of like it, because you learn, it's a pretty hard punishment. It feels good, though, when you do complete it. Once you get to the boss, then you can infinite.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
Yeah, there's a boss at every level. It also has this really cool, like, totally Gargoyle's Quest style map, with even, like, a total Gargoyle's Quest, like, colored level. I stepped in and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. That really cool bright red from Gargoyle's Quest 2. Oh yeah, that's exactly. It was like, this is awesome. It looks like it, So it obviously has lots of references, lots of funny text. It is the most indie-ish of indie-ish games, But Limited Run Games is publishing it digitally on the eShop.
Oh, interesting. That's cool, though.
Yeah, totally. And it's great. I think everyone, I mean, for $5, you can't miss out on this if you like, hard platformers like Shovel Knight. I mean, Shovel Knight's hard too, but it's just not as punishing.
No,
'cause
I
you have
get
checkpoints,
what you mean, yeah.
And obviously, Shovel Knight's just a better game.
Unless if you destroy those checkpoints for them points, for them extra points.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, Revenge of the Bird King is pretty darn great. So I recommend it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perry, did we just get through what we've been playing in a half hour?
We sure did.
It seems like someone's excited, or maybe two people, are excited for their gifts.
Well, let's take a quick break and come back to the eShop Roundup, the gift before the gifts.
Alrighty, we are back, and Perry, it's almost Christmas time, so what better time to release 33 games?
Does that mean it's a lightning round?
I think, it should just be like, the eShop brought to you by Lightning Round.
Brought to you by Lightning.
Yeah.
Well, I believe I've heard the snap, which means we should better get going. So, Grip Digital Deluxe for $42.99. Grip, it's that game.
That racing game. It actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a racing game. Supports online play. Looks cool.
Next up, we've got OxyJet for $14.99. Fly your spaceship by making holes in it.
I just reached for my coffee and put my thumb in my hot coffee.
Well, you shouldn't have done that, Jimmy. Did you know that's how blind people pour their cup, like stuff in their cup?
They put their thumb in it?
They put like the thumb on the inside of it, and then that way you could feel. Gross. I mean, with hot coffee, it might be a different protocol, but
hey, remind me not to go blind.
Yeah, you burn your fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we've got All Might Tree, The Last Dreamer for $19.99.
It's a puzzle game, 3D platformer.
It actually looks really cute.
It's really scary shading, but yeah, it's like a boxy,
but like
walk around. Yeah,
it looks cool. Yeah, it almost sort of, I don't know. Yeah, it looks weird in a, I don't know. It looks cool to me.
Yep. Next up, we have Big Bash Boom with the really scary looking people with big heads for $29.99.
It's Cricket. It's Cricket.
Okay, it's Cricket. I don't.
Bash Boom Cricket.
Okay.
I've never played cricket, but I know if you look, like they have those knee pads on, and like it almost looks like a field hockey stick.
But you never played cricket. But have you played Tri-Bit Logic for $6.99?
I sure have.
Want to help us squash some bugs? The Bit Robo need help. Solve puzzles to defeat the bugs and save Bit Robo.
At first, when I saw squash, I was like, "Did we really just have a cricket and a squash game back to back?"
That's amazing.
But we do have a Mahjong Solitaire Refresh for $16.99.
My goodness.
Both beginners and experts. Let's refresh.
Yep. Hey, if you've always wanted to play this, there's a demo for free. This next one is one I got in my crazy Craigslist Famicom deal of the world. But this is the arcade one, Athena. And I didn't get very far because it's kind of a hard and weird game, but it's $7.99. It looks cool though, right?
Yeah, it looks like the one, the main thumbnail. Is that just like a guy with a horse mask on?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know those horse masks people wear? It looks just like that.
Yes. Next up though, we have Starman.
I think Earthbound would like to have a word with these fine folks.
Yeah, for $8.99. It's a cool looking game. It's
Guide Starman through the breathtaking architectural. Wow, I can't read.
Oh, sorry.
I'm out. It's okay.
Should we just move on?
Yep, we better.
Okay.
Ooh, this one actually looked pretty cool. Hunter's Legacy Perfect Edition for $6.99. Actually, I know Estuardo was telling us about this on Twitter, and I had too many games and too much stuff going on.
I know.
But it does look really cool.
Yeah, it's like hand-drawn graphics. it's a ultimate Metroidvania fantasy. So
yeah, it looks really cool.
Feline-filled quest.
You know what's
now,
next?
Talk to me when there's a canine-filled quest.
Yeah. Next up here, we've got Blue Rider for $9.99. Fight against the robotic forces of evil, Perry.
Okay.
Looks like a shmup, but it it actually looks sort of cool. But it looks like maybe you're like instead of like a airplane or like a spacecraft, you're sort of on ground.
It does look cool. It looks really cool. Yeah, I like it. That's a cool looking kind of like I like the Pikmin screen. It's kind of like the view of Pikmin, you know.
Yeah,
very interesting. Very cool. Next up, though, we have Mind Path to Thalamus for $11.99. It's a first-person puzzler that throws you into a fantastic and surreal environment. What do you think, Case?
Looks interesting, but you know me, man. Those adventure games, adventure puzzlers, not my cup.
It's just like a bunch of screenshots of just environments. So I don't know, weird, but it's $12. Now,
you know it's not
Party
$12.
Arcade. Can you believe that there's a game that this game hasn't been released yet called Party Arcade?
A little surprised,
there
but
should
then
be like 10 of those.
Yeah. $19.99, a collection of popular party and arcade games. And from the screenshots, we've got bowling, you got ping pong, you've got air hockey, cup pong.
Beer pong?
Yeah, no, cup pong.
Cup pong. Sorry.
You got darts and
okay.
Oh, what's that? What's that game called? The first screenshot.
Basketball?
Or not the first screen, like the first actual ski
ball. Yeah.
Ski ball?
Ski ball.
Okay, that's it.
Yep. Cool.
Seems like a sort of a steep price tag for how much fun you'd probably, or how much, actual playtime you get out of each one of those, but.
Right. But if you've got Knights Pen and Paper, and you want the new one, Knights Pen and Paper 2, and you want to buy them in a bundle, you can.
You got a bundle.
$22.49. Which I've heard pretty good things about this, right?
I believe David
review the first one, and it's pretty cute looking. It's it's an RPG game. It looks interesting. So, but we can move on to Flashback Classics for $39.99. Atari Flashback is hard to say. Atari Flashback Classics.
Atari Flashback.
So how many
Classics.
are on here?
The most comprehensive collection of arcade.
150.
Now, I'll give them. All right, so when I saw that $39.99 price tag, I'm thinking, but 150 games.
Yeah, 150.
It's like, it's still a high price tag, but when you get 150 games, and they're all not going to be home runs. I'm sure there's probably a lot of cruddy games in here.
One good game.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, if there's someone who loves Atari, like. That's a lot of games. That's a lot of games.
This has Justin Nation written all over it.
Yep. He's like, I remember when that came out.
I reviewed every single one of these games.
Back when I was a senior in college.
No, he'd be like yesterday. I reviewed all of them.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I played all 150.
Next up, we have Rain World for $19.99, which they sent us a code, and this game looks awesome.
You are a slug platformer.
Cat. Casey. Oh, gotcha. You mean they say that?
No, the game looks.
Me a slug cat.
You're a dirty, good for nothing slug cat, Perry. Yeah, no, this game looks really, really cool. Like really gritty.
It's kind of like
but pixely.
Remember that one game that we got where it has the touch controls and you like move around and it's a silhouette game with the ninja? Remember? I can't remember what it's called, but we both got the game.
Silhouette game with the ninja.
Yeah, it's a black silhouette game, but in the back, like the backgrounds were like really crazy good looking. It looked like this game to me. Anyway,
I'm forgetting. But Rain World looks pretty sweet. Yeah,
it does. Next up, Metal Slug 5. Can you believe it?
Thank goodness, baby. Neo Geo is alive and well.
Dude, look at these screenshots, man.
No, I would love to get a Metal Slug game, but...
Yeah.
Well, good thing you've got a Switch.
Well, the fifth one might be the best one to get. Yep. Next up, though,
Roller Coaster Tycoon Adventures for $49.99. Don't do it! Don't
buy
do
it.
it. Apparently,
And
Don.
next up.
Yeah, Don has been playing it, and he said, "No bueno," which is a shame because I tell you what, I love Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like I remember, I played the crap out of that game back in the day.
If you would have heard it was really good, would you have bought it? Just wondering.
For $49.99, probably not. But that would have been like hey, Christmas is coming up, you know. Like if it was like a true and tried, like it was back in the day.
True and tried.
I probably would ask for Christmas. Like that'd be a perfect Christmas gift. Like I don't know if I'd play it for hours on end, but I always enjoyed those Roller Coaster Tycoon games.
Well, man, look at this next game. Almond Sight. These screenshots are gorgeous.
Definitive edition for $19.99.
Does this game look so cool? It has that
the cell shading.
What's that game? That spaceship game? You know, that's
Lost Space.
No,
you're talking more like No Man's Sky.
Yes, it has that color scheme.
Yeah, no, this game looks gorgeous.
Dude, I know. It looks so cool.
Let's see. I'm gonna say is an action murder mystery game.
Yeah. It got a 5 out of 5 from Dark Station.
This game, this game looks sweet.
Yeah, I'm watching the trailer right now.
All right, cancel the podcast. We gotta get
it looks cool, man.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it. Isn't that funny?
The old eShop, man. Next up, though, we've got Sega Ages Phantasy Star for $7.99.
Skibidi-boosh.
Now, if you remember,
Galactical Adventure arrives on the Nintendo Switch.
But it's got some updates. Remember,
That's right.
A couple months ago, they updated some stuff with the map and made it a little bit more player-friendly. So
that's very cool.
Excuse me.
It's I'm Meow. There's a cat named Meow, and it's M-Y-A-U.
You are a big
awesome.
cat slug.
I am a filthy cat slug. Now, this next game. What's it? How's Grease?
It's pronounced Grease, but it's spelt Grizz. G-R-I-S.
It's not spelled Grizz. It's spelled Gris.
Grizz. I don't know.
There's
That's
Z.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's how I read it.
I guess you're right.
Gris.
Yeah,
Gris.
Man, I heard nothing but good stuff about it, and we'll talk about that next week.
Yes, sir. Next up, we've got Lazy Galaxy Rebel Story for $7.99. Start a rebellion, Perry.
Oh, cool. This is like a pixelated shmup.
Yep.
Love the art
Side-scrolling
style.
shmup.
Very cool. This game looks awesome.
Dude, this week, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good.
I know.
The pickings are not slim this week, boys.
They're not.
Next up, we've got Race Arcade for $9.99. This is the ultimate
racer.
Yep, ultimate top-down racer.
Looks like it's playable with up to 6 players. You see that? 6 players.
So
split screen?
So random.
Right?
But hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Next up, we have Peace, Death, Complete Edition.
I like the little winky
for
eye.
$4.99. Yeah, this is a pixelated game. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, and the Reaper is sitting at a turntable. And I got business here. What is this? Work for death. Become an employee of Apocalypse Incorporated and send their clients to heaven, hell, or purgatory. Interesting. It's an arcade simulator. Looks cute. Next up, though, what do we got?
Clue Complete Collection. That is $39.98.
The one with the season passes, yes.
Holy moly, Jim Brony.
I think we get it.
Yeah.
We can move on.
You like Clue?
Next.
You got Clue.
Yeah. I mean, Clue's cool. I think a video game version of Clue would actually be pretty cool. You know, because they could do some
Clue-tastic.
It's Clue-tastic. Next up, we have City Builder. I wonder what you do in City Builder.
I'm pretty
I'll
sure
tell
you destroy cities.
You build cities. Yeah. It's a puzzle game, too. 2 classic game mechanics and a fun, bouncy game. All right.
Yeah, very simplistic looking.
Now, speaking of simplistic looking, we have Hype Ride or Hyper Ride Vector Raid for $3.99. Little with a guy that looks just like John C. Reilly on there. And this is a cool looking Star Foxy game. You see this?
Yeah, it looks sort of
Pretty cool
interesting.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Next up, though, we've got Nippon. Is that Nippon? 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 Marathon.
Whenever you see those words, just do the I as an E, so Nippon.
Nippon Marathon for $14.99. San ni ichi hajime. Let's see. What is this? Multiplayer party
a bloody
game.
pineapple. What is this?
This game looks
This
weird.
is weird. Yeah.
This looks like a game
It's like,
you might just want to keep on moving on from.
I don't know. Yeah. To
Firewatch.
the
1999.
game that I've heard so much about.
Yeah, I've never played this game, but I do remember when it came out and everyone was like, "Oh my god, you got to play this game." I believe it would be dubbed a walking sim. But
Yeah.
from what I hear, it's got really cool visuals, and I guess it's got
It has nudity. So there you go, Case.
I'm in.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's plenty out there if you do want to see. I'm pretty sure we have a review up on the site. So
Cool. Well, next up is a really cool thing. It's a free download, and that's Inky Pen. All you can read comics on Nintendo Switch. Obviously, I'm assuming, can you buy comics, or it looks like everything on here is just free?
yeah, it looks like a store. I would.
It looks like it, but can you purchase?
I mean, that's what I sort of. Yeah, I was thinking it would be like you download this and then there would be
but it's not
quote
like that from
unquote
what I see.
purchases.
I'm sure. Yeah, we just don't know.
But yeah, I mean,
it looks great.
If you're into comics, it's definitely worth checking out.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
Next up here, we've got Sheltered for $11.99.
From
That's
Team
on sale,
17.
down from $14.99.
I believe that I've heard bad things about this from the Nash.
Ooh, the old Nash man.
Yep. It looks kind of cool though. Anyway, and the last one we have, which is very appealing to me, is Donut County. Story-based physics puzzle game where you play as an ever-growing hole in the ground. And there's a raccoon.
Yeah, it looked like he
the
was on
toilet.
the Switch.
This is a cute-looking game.
Yeah, no, I like the
Yeah,
style.
it's cool.
The art style is very
cool.
nice.
And I believe we have a review coming up for this game if it's not already out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it should be up there. Now,
Oh my goodness, Casey.
whew, that was the lightning round in the most lightning round
great.
possible ever.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. What's your pick of the week, buddy?
You sure you want to give it to me
know.
first?
Well,
I mean, honestly, there are a couple games in here that absolutely would be worthy. But there's one I think that sort of sticks out to me, and it's probably the one that's sticking out to you.
yeah, you go ahead.
That what's it?
Omen Sight?
Omen Sight.
Yep.
That one definitely sticks out.
I'm gonna pick Lazy Galaxy Rebel Story.
Yep, that was one of the other
Right above
ones.
it. I think that one looks really cool.
I would say that one, and then even whatchamacallit looked pretty cool. I mean, I know the Hunter's Legacy looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Grip looks pretty good. You know, there's definitely a bunch of good looking games this week.
Yeah, totally.
Sweet.
Awesome. Well, that's amazing. We got through that really quickly.
Well, should we keep this train
Eleanor came in to say
chug-a-lug-a-lug-a-lug-a-lugging along? Because if so, we've got
should.
some news we can get into.
Let's do it.
News Talk with Casey Gibson.
News Talk with Casey Gibson.
Jibby jib 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 Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, we don't have a ton of news, but it's everyone's favorite. The old sales figures, baby. They're up.
Oh, yeah.
They're here.
Finally.
They're ready to rock and roll. So, we've got news that Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling console of this generation in the United States, which is pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Let's see. We have Nintendo Switch sold more than 8.7 million units, outpacing U.S. sales of all other current systems at this point in their lifespan. And that was from its launch through November of 2018. It's at 8.7. Nintendo sold more than 3 million units of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in 11 days since its launch in the United States.
That's crazy.
Archived software milestones include Breath of the Wild more than 4 million, Mario Kart more than 5 million, Odyssey 4.7 million, and Pokemon 2 million, and Mario Party 1.4 million.
Wow.
So that's pretty
Good.
nice.
See, I'm worried about that whole Mario, the whole Super Mario Party thing. You know, it's like, okay, it was successful. So what are they going to do next, you know? And
Super
know if we talked about it on the
Mario
podcast.
Party 2.
I guess I don't. Did we talk about why Mario Party wouldn't be online? I forgot who I was.
No,
talking
you were
to
talking
about
to
this.
me about that, and I think it was
I'm
when
sure
we were
at one
playing
point-
Smash.
Yeah, maybe with Alex. I think we were talking, right? But we were talking, and the idea was playing a 45 or to an hour long game online constantly without breaking up. You know, how would you do that? And like, if someone disconnected, like, what would happen to the game?
Perry.
You know, I mean, I'm sure there's ways to do it. I guess you could do.
It would.
Thanks, Case.
It would really require like a lot of like auto
maybe a
saving
bot.
of some sort, or
Yeah.
or a bot. Like, I
would
wonder.
fill in.
Yeah,
But
I guess
still,
two
it's
options.
like-
like have it if one drops
I guess
out.
they could figure it out.
Like a bot
But I was just
fills
thinking-
in for the time being until the person reconnects, or
Yeah.
it's just and that would be good because it would keep the pace of play going. Where like if there was some sort of like after each mini game, it's like saved. So if someone disconnected, it would kick back to that spot. But then, like you said, the games would take 4 hours and it'd be a mess, you know. And a lot of these mini games are sort of quick Twitch based things, you know. So lag's gonna screw it up.
Yeah. So I mean, they showed off like their online stuff in Mario Party does make sense. I just think that if they do more Super Mario Party stuff, or Super Mario Party 2, I bet they won't have the full game feature. But they'll have more online stuff, just more based into the games like that, so that they can, you know what I mean. But anyway, I hope not. I hope they can come up with a cool solution. Anyway, but yeah, so Smash. So the total now for Smash is how much is it? The total?
Smash Brothers, we have
Like worldwide? Do we have that?
I don't know if I have it worldwide. This is just U.S. numbers here. I could see if I can pull it up, but 3 million in 11 days, or it said more than 3 million. So
In the U.S.
yeah,
Gotcha.
which
Crazy, man.
yeah, I mean that's pretty good when what we said 8.7, so it's not quite half yet. Let's see if we can find real quick. Do they give us a nice big fat number of worldwide sales here? Let's see. Not pulling up quick. But regardless, lots of sales. What's cool is to think about with all of those sales figures, right? That means half of all Nintendo Switch owners bought Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8, and Super Mario Odyssey.
Insane.
That's a nice attach rate, baby.
Yeah, that's insane.
Insane in the brain, but it doesn't surprise me. And what's funny is it's like those 3 games, and Smash as well, and the other Nintendo, those are going to keep selling for the next 3, 4, however long the Switch is active,
Yep.
Those
Exactly.
evergreen titles.
Evergreen.
It's evergreen. So, all right, here, Japan is very close to 2 million of Smash. So, that means over 5 million, probably, or close to 5 million Smash sold in, 11 days.
Cool.
Pretty good.
Very good.
And,
Yep, it's a
that,
good game.
that's pretty much the only bits of news we had today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for anything else, and I'm pretty sure that's...
Someone didn't do his research.
Well, you know what it was? Donnie had his...
What was it?
He had his dog training today, his final one. He had his little test, and he passed with flying colors, and I didn't have time. No,
Gotcha.
I did a quick
That's
look.
okay, buddy.
I did a quick look before, and it was pretty much just the sales numbers, and then I was just doing a quick one over. Your boy Casey's unprepared.
That's okay.
But
we can fill it in with some listener mail.
Listener mail.
Let me listen to that mail that these people are writing in.
That's right. We got a couple of Johns.
Oh.
And I don't mean that in
What's
in
worse than a
the
pair of
derogatory way.
Johns? Pair of Jims, and we've got them right here.
Yeah. Yeah. First up from Jonathan Boyden. He asked one question. How does the same company make Smash, Zelda, and Mario Odyssey, and then poop out stuff like Hey Pikmin, Kirby Star Allies, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, and Animal Crossing Welcome Amiibo? Well, Welcome Amiibo. That's a great game. I think he meant
Well, I was
Amiibo
gonna say,
Festival.
yeah, I think he means Amiibo Festival. But hey, I mean, I haven't. Oh, he's okay. Never mind. For a second, I thought he lumped in Mario Tennis Aces in there, and I was like, well, hold the phone, hold the phone. That's not a pooper. But yeah.
Oh, right. No. Yeah. Are some, and he goes on, are some of their second party studios just not that good? Imagine if Smash level effort was given across the board to their franchises. Is less games / more quality better? Keep up the great work, Jonathan.
Well, yeah, you go.
Well, I'm just thinking of this last year on Switch, I think, which is going to be coming up in our, games of the year discussion. Think of this. I've kind of been very, I've been disappointed with Nintendo this whole year. I think with the releases, I think that tennis is good and all. Didn't blow me out of the world. All their stuff really has just been okay this year, and kind of a steady. I mean, it's been good, not bad, not disappointing. Just kind of, maybe a little disappointing, but not bad.
It was back heavy for Smash and Pokemon.
Yeah, and yeah, totally. I mean, Smash is out, so that's really nice, but even that, it's just like a port of Smash 4. Like, it really does feel like a port of Smash. That's why, to me, it does.
Whatever. Yes and no.
Yes and no.
You can say
more or
the
less a port of
gameplay,
Smash 4.
yes, but like World of Light is, you know what I mean? Like, think of how much
cool.
effort went into that, But I know where you're coming from.
Yeah. Anyway, so obviously the big thing here is budget, right? That's money talks, because much money went into Super Smash Bros. And obviously it didn't go into Hey Pikmin or obviously Ultra Smash, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash for the Wii U. And as for second parties, just not that good. I think that they're great. I just think it's kind of measuring expectations for me. Like, I really enjoyed Hey Pikmin. I've enjoyed all of Good. What are their name? Not Good Feel. Whatever their name is, their name is blanking on me. But the Yoshi's Island guys that have done that, I've enjoyed their game, and I just kind of don't really hold it to the same standards. Which that's the question, right? Do you hold games and all games to the same standards? Which I don't know.
Which I don't know. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the obvious with like Ultra Tennis or Ultra Smash, and like
Welcome
Amiibo Festival and
Amiibo
stuff.
Festival,
it's
yeah.
like those were very much like, we need a title out for this area. Like, we would love to keep these in the oven for another however many months to make them more fleshed out. At least
right.
That was, to me, felt very much. And I get, like I said, I haven't played Ultra Smash, so I guess I can't. But from all things I've seen, is like, the game played well. It was just like bare bones, nothing to it. Like the core gameplay itself was fine. So to me, that was like, we need this game out now. Like, get it out.
Yeah.
I'd say Amiibo Festival is probably somewhat similar. Like, hey, we need to use these Amiibo. Just get something out there.
Totally.
So I guess, like you said, it's expectations. Like I said, those ones I felt like were probably more of the higher ups saying, like, hey, we need things out, and it just being like, we don't want to waste these amazing things on the tail end of the Wii U per se, kind of thing, or we don't want to, like, we've got to put those resources elsewhere towards the Switch and making sure that lineup is nice,
Right. So it totally depends on where Nintendo's at, what their situation is, and what their release schedule is, which is really funny that actually affects like their game output.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business, and as much as we love that, and I'm sure everyone at Nintendo is passionate about making great games and stuff, but at the end of the day, there's someone up top saying, hey, you can make the best game in the world, but if it doesn't make the cash we need, it's like, we need to hit certain numbers, and you do that by putting out games and, getting however many people to buy a sort of pooped out Mario Tennis Ultra Smash,
Right. Man, that game. That's just so funny, because that says something. I'm a huge Mario Tennis fan, and I did not get that game. And it's like, man, how can,
yeah, like,
how?
If you can't sell it to us, Like, but you know what?
Which I guess it's for the casuals,
But at the same token, if I was in the store and I wasn't reading up on games and I was like, oh wow, like a new Mario Tennis game, like, yeah, like cool, like I'm in. Like those tennis games are always fun,
Oh, totally. But yeah.
But
anyway.
yeah.
Well, thanks you for the question. It's always something to think about, So
now we do have another question.
That's right.
From John Down Under.
Down Under.
I do have a question or two for you guys as well, but I only see one question listed here. So, if you were out in charge of the next Switch Mario Sports title, what would it be and how would it play?
Oh, I wonder what Casey's would be.
Would you like to find out?
Sure, yeah, why don't you go ahead?
Well, I know where you think I'm going, and I also feel like I've explained that before. So I would go Mario Basketball.
Like the 3-on-3 hoops?
Yeah, but just honestly ape the crap out of NBA Jam, man. It's like you see NBA playgrounds trying to go for that, like visually, but not really nailing it with the gameplay. Like, think of NBA Jam 2-on-2 with all the different Mario characters. You could play just straight up, or you could add items involved and make it really hectic and wild, very snappy, arcadey. If they want to throw some sort of little like season in their mode or something like that.
Dude, heck yeah, man. Yeah.
And then you could also even say, well, I'll let you go. I don't want to take another game from you.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, or I'd bring back the Strikers because we're overdue, because that game is awesome, or that set of games was so much fun. I remember playing that in college with my roommate, and like we would get so into it, just slammed people into that electrified wall. Honestly, just bring it back in its form, just give us, you want to ramp it up with some more players, some more, stadiums and hazards and stuff like that. But those games were super fun.
Oh man, so good, right? Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I would go with Mario Golf if you're not going to take it, because Mario Golf on 3DS World Tour is one of my favorite 3DS games.
It's
just
so
a phenomenal
good,
game.
Good.
And what I would do with it is I would bring everything from World Tour, obviously all the new stuff, beautiful graphics, and I would add in level editor so that you can make your own levels. I think that would be amazing. And have just a huge customizable, relatively simple, but still like use everything that they have on there. And imagine, you could like sculpt the inclines and stuff, just like Tony Hawk. Remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater building levels?
Yes.
How fun was that, man? That was so much fun. I always loved doing that. So, I love stuff with editors. So, that's what I do.
You big editor.
I am, yeah. But I love Mario sports games. I also just like Mario Sports Mix from Wii. If they just ported that over to the Switch, dude, that game is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite Wii games. So, I mean, those Mario sports games are legit, dude. I mean, like they are.
Yeah, they do a
awesome,
wonderful job when they try.
Yeah, when they try.
We'll put it out
exactly.
there when they try.
Not ultra trash. When they're not ultra trash. But all right. Well, that does it for our listener mail. So, I believe.
Well, here's the thing. I know you've got a pair of Craiglisters. Do we want to do those now and then just save? This way we could do presents and wrap it in the end? Or?
No, I say that we we stick to our guns with how Craigslist is always at the end. You know what I mean?
All right.
Is that okay with you?
Fine. No, that's
All
cool.
right.
That's cool.
All right, so let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be in video form on YouTube, and we're going to be opening up.
And we'll be in
presents that we
audio
sent each
form
other.
Like normal for everyone else.
That's right. We'll still describe stuff, everyone.
Yeah, no describing, only opening. They just hear like, oh, thank you.
This is everything I've always wanted.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's take a quick breather.
All right.
It's time, baby. Woo! We are back, and we've got gifts.
We have gifts.
We've brought the gifts.
We've brought the gifts. Yay! So look at that.
Don't even dare. Oh.
Yeah. I got it from, I got addressed to Bartholomew.
Old Perk.
So, Bartholomew Jerkingham.
That's him. Yeah, I guess I was just Jim Gibson. Straight up. I was like, all right, I respect it.
It's just going to be your son's name. I know that. It's just going to be.
Old Jimothy.
Just Jimothy Gibson. So, are you ready to open them up then?
I think I am. So
I'm going to use the old two-prong.
I've got myself a good old-fashioned kitchen knife.
I know. I should have grabbed a knife. Figured there'd be one in here somewhere. I just don't want to destroy.
You just ain't that smart, boy.
Oh, wait. No, I'll open it from the bottom. All right, here.
All right, so we're just
It's okay if I open it from the bottom, right? That's not going to, like, ruin, like, the surprise, is it?
No. Oh, my goodness. Look at there's so many things in here.
Shouldn't be that many things.
I hope my hat I got you from Lids is sufficient enough. All right, so what do we got? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 things? Okay, I thought... So
just 3.
He did a great job of wrapping here. So I thought this was another thing. I was like, man, he outdid me.
I just got 3.
I got 3 things as well.
Really?
So, yep.
Well.
3 little things.
Very cool. Should we show them?
Yep, all right.
Yeah, I'll just show the inside. There we go.
So we got 1.
This is what it looks like. That's right. Hey, no listening.
You always gotta give it a good shake. You always gotta give it a good shake.
No shakes. No shakes allowed, buddy.
What does that say? W, or is that an M? I bet it's a 3.
It's actually an E.
Yeah. Well.
No, not really.
Color me surprised.
Okay, so do you have All
right, I have an order.
3.
All right. So the first one you're gonna open is not the Nintendo one. Nope, not that one. Not the cassette. Yes.
Okay. So, this is what it looks like.
So I know you said to come up with some little riddles, and I've been trying to think about them, but this gift right here is a special gift that only one Jimmy could appreciate.
It's very light. Like, it feels like you wrapped up some cotton candy. And if that's what it is, then that's amazing. Okay, well, I'm giving it the old squeeze.
A little squeeze test? How's it feel?
I mean, like, the shape of it is like a classic can of Coca-Cola. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and open it then. If that's cool with you.
Yeah, by all means.
And I'm saving the bow.
Don't you dare. That's the stipulation. All bows must be trashed.
All right, let's see what we got. Here it is. We're opening. How slow can I open it, Case?
As slow as you need.
You got me a bunch of foam? Woo! Thank you. Now, let's see. What do we got?
I don't know. Caitlin did the wrapping, so...
Good wrapping job.
She's a professional when it comes to wrapping.
She is. I remember her wrapping from last year.
That's like her favorite.
I need a knife. I am not prepared
You had
for this.
one job, Perry, and it was to bring a knife.
Oh, you couldn't even think of any poetry riddles. All right, here it is.
I'm not a poet.
Oh my goodness. Did I call it or did I call it?
Well, in all fairness.
Oh my goodness, and you gave the old Jimmy. Woo! It's an ornament can of frosty Coca-Cola. That's fantastic. That is going right on my dang old Christmas tree right after this podcast.
Yep.
Thank you,
like
Case.
I said, it's funny. I did send you that picture of that Coke table, but I'd had that thing for weeks already.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. That was, I saw that at Target, and I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. And then I ended up buying one off eBay. And I was like, it's perfect.
That's amazing, dude.
Can of Coke for a Jimmy boy.
Yeah, and that's why I got it. Because I was like, okay, what's like a gym?
Yeah,
what does
who's
Casey
a real
think
big
is a
Yimmy?
gym?
Who's a big real Yimmy?
And then this is the shape of a Coke can, and I got it. And I was looking at the I was actually looking at your face as I said it was a Coke can, and you just you did very good.
Boom, held it in there. Now, we want to alternate here?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
So
what's up?
Number 1, obviously, the one that is marked number 1.
Oh, okay, I see it.
It was and then I have a riddle for you. Are you ready? Okay, are
All
you
right,
ready?
I'm ready.
That's enough shaking.
You gotta shake it.
All right, the riddle. Funnily enough, soaring high through the skies majestically is second nature, but saying hi in the most calmest of social situations would frighten him to his bedroom. Funnily enough, soaring high through the skies majestically is second nature. But saying hi, like hello, in the most calmest of social situations would frighten him to his bedroom.
Well, the first little bit was like, okay, maybe we're talking like some sort of Kid Icarus pit situation.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but him saying hi, I don't know.
That doesn't sound like Pitt.
This doesn't sound like it says hello.
What could it be then?
It also looks like there's some deception going on here.
Oh, maybe. Why don't you go ahead and open up and see?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just sit on it for a minute. We got to
Like
pad
a chicken?
We got to pad this segment out because we've been quick. Yes.
See? It's Shy Guy, baby. It's the bigger Shy Guy.
It's a fly guy.
And you can give him a fly guy. See?
That's
he comes with a
amazing.
helicopter attachment.
He's so big.
I know.
love it.
I was
That's
like,
amazing.
it's perfect. Because I didn't want to get you a bunch of crap like I normally do.
I didn't like this Coke can.
Like this Coke can, No, this is perfect. But I just, I thought the one thing that we'll always have room for is a good old fly guy, Shy Guy.
I love Shy
know.
Guy more than anything. So
I know.
This is perfect.
Yes.
It's me.
It's
the
you.
Shy Guy.
You are a Shy Guy. Well, you're not really shy in person.
Yeah, I know. Just, yeah.
But
All right.
you are Shy Guy. All right, so which one do you want me to open next?
All right, the cassette
one?
tape. No, that's the bread and butter. That's the final one.
What in the world did you get me? So did you send back one of those Famicom games that I gave you?
Well, I was gonna say it's like you have to have to take down, go back in history to be able to listen to this cassette player or the cassette tape.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not really a cassette tape, but it is a mystery what this could be. So
A mystery history?
I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe.
hold on. Hold on. I know exactly what this is. This is a Nintendo 64 game. This is
Maybe.
definitely a Nintendo 64 game.
It looks
No.
like a cassette.
No, it is. It totally is. I'm opening it up, okay?
All right, let's open it, baby.
Let's see. What's a game that you said I should totally play? Can I guess what this game is?
Oh, by all means, I would love.
I'm
I'd
going to
love
say
one.
F-Zero. I'm just going to say F-Zero.
Nope.
Let's see. Okay, it is a Nintendo 64 game.
But which one?
But which one?
That's the question. The question on hand.
I'm going to show everyone first. Oh my goodness! Heck yeah! Look at you! Space Station Silicon Valley. Oh my
the McWaits
goodness.
joint.
That's amazing. I can't believe you got this. Did you? I mean, obviously you got this after we talked with Mick,
I
right?
ordered it literally like as we were talking with Mick at the end.
my
I was
goodness.
like, because I was looking at the style of game it was, and it looked super cute, super fun, and I'm like, you know what? That's a game I think Perry would enjoy, but he wouldn't go out of his way to buy it for himself.
You
know what
got
I mean?
that straight. Yes.
And I figured that'd be
Very
a fun,
good.
fun conversation. You know,
Awesome.
next time Mick comes on, you can.
And
you
it
can talk
was a
about it.
mystery history game, you
Ah.
slug cat.
So that was that was the one I was like, all right, if all else fails, at least I can chime in the words mystery and history into that one. So
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Well, that
You're
means it's
welcome.
time for
number two.
number 2.
Two's heavy.
2's heavy. So, are you ready for this? If you guess this, I will fly to North Carolina and give you a kiss. No, South Carolina.
I was gonna say,
No.
you've been kissing nobody.
But here's
All right.
the riddle clue.
Let's hear it.
Since just a wee boy throwing stones at creatures in the zone, it's time for a new adventure. One with more go.
So you emphasized on go, zone, and we.
And throwing stones. A wee boy. Throwing stones at creatures in the zone. In the zone, throwing in these creatures or monsters.
It's got a very interesting... Oh, I was going to say, I can sort of tilt it into the camera and see. Can I see in the paper?
What do you think it's about? What do you think my riddle's about?
We zone.
Since just a wee boy throwing stones at creatures in the zone. The zone. Stones. Can you think of any games where you throw stones at creatures in the zone?
Mile and Kilo?
No. And one with more go.
God,
Go.
I'm so bad at... This is why I don't play adventure games, Perry.
Adventure games?
Because they're
Go.
always puzzles and stuff.
Can
Go.
you think of a game that is extremely famous that has the word go in it?
Pokemon Go?
Okay. Throwing creatures, since a wee boy throwing creatures, stones, remember?
Craft Go?
The Safari Zone, Casey? The Safari Zone.
Is that what we're going for? It's a Safari
That's what I was
zone?
going for, okay? It's part of the hint.
It's a Pokemon? Alright, I'm opening it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to open it. Well, I guess I could see my camera here. I was going to say, if I open it to the camera.
Yes.
Oh, man, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Woo! Holy moly. I was like, what could this be? And it's just a conglomerate of things going on at once.
It's a bunch of stuff taped together.
Now, first off, we got... Oh, man, you weren't
So
joking.
what is it?
They really were taped together.
Yeah.
We've got a dock.
That's
Look
right.
at that.
It's a Switch dock.
Drop that... Look at that. Now, that's amazing, first off, and thank you. Because
You're welcome.
for those who don't know, my desk for recording is far away from my TV, so I've been having to, like, back and forth it. So this is amazing.
That's right. And
Then we've got...
more on that later, but...
We got a Palutena.
Yeah, I don't... Do you have Palutena?
No, I don't.
You don't? Perfect. I figured...
No, I really haven't gotten any amiibo in so long, so no, that's cool. And she's pretty sweet looking.
Palutena is awesome looking.
Because she's got a ton of
extravagant.
detail, you know?
Yeah.
No, that one's cool.
But honestly, I put it in there just to throw off
For the
what it looked
deception?
like. Yeah. But what the riddle was talking about was this game.
Safari Rescue. You weren't joking. The game
Go
is
Diego,
inside.
go. Go Diego, go. See?
Now, I tell you what, though. This is a pretty extensive manual right here.
Yeah.
It's got story, collectibles. Very nice. Very nice. Sweet. I like it.
Safari Zone, Go, Pokemon. See, I was trying to throw you off there.
It's kid tested.
I know. That's why I got it for you.
You're too kind.
Well,
Awesome.
you know.
Awesome.
Yep.
And it
Now,
really
here's the
does-
thing, though.
It really does fit right in that.
Yeah,
that
I know.
dock, like,
I know. I was like,
perfectly.
I was thinking he might get it and he might feel it. So yeah. Here's the thing. I totally goofed after I shipped it, but I forgot that you need a charge cable for that dock. I didn't even
Honestly,
think about it.
I could pick one of those up. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
was
dock's
annoying.
the big boy anyway. No, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So
You're up to.
I got
now
my
look at
last
that paper.
gift then.
Got that beautiful Nintendo
have-
paper.
Dude, I have no idea what this is. It is soft and squishy, and and then it comes to a ridge. What could this it weighs like nothing. What could it possibly be?
Well,
Kind of
this
feels
one,
like a big long Kit Kat on top. Is this a Kit Kat?
How did he find? No, this one now. This is a gift that's going to be beneficial for you and Jill. It's going to be you and Jill gift. And I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to spoil anything else. So I could probably think of some sort of hint, but I'm just going to let you. I'm going to let it ride.
Okay. I have no idea. I have no idea. It's squishy. I'm just squishing it. And then it has a... I have no idea. You got me. If this is like a joke gift, like you have stumped me. But here we go. Right now I'm living the time, so...
Let's do it, baby.
All right. Oh, you totally got me.
Deception,
I didn't realize
baby.
this was a Switch game. I honestly did not think so. Now, what Switch game, though?
Well, see, that's the thing. I told when Kate wrapped, I was like, he's going to know what it is. I was
Yeah,
like, so
you did
let's
amazing.
try and-
I did not know what it is, but this is what it is. Oh, baby. Kirby Star Allies.
Booyah.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, well, because I remember
Perfect.
now. I was
Man, that would have been a
thinking-
good gift for you. I should
Well,
have thought
see,
of that one.
I was thinking originally, I'm like, all right, what am I going to get Perry this year? I was thinking
Awesome.
Starlink, and then you were like, hey, man, Starlink's on sale. You want to buy it and send it to me?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Didn't I in the same thread say that Kirby
Well, yeah.
is a game that I was looking for, like for a Black Friday, right?
Yeah, that same. You
That's
had
so
mentioned,
funny.
And I was keeping an eye out, and I was like, I don't think it's going to go on sale. And then I was like, you know what? Again, a game I think Perry's going to enjoy. I know him and Jill will play it. I know you guys will play that together, and you'll like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
but it's a game he won't buy for himself, you know? So,
It is, and
I
I will
figured I
play
was
through
like,
it, and I will
boom.
enjoy it. That's amazing. Thank you so much, dude.
No
Thank you so
problem.
much. Kirby Star Allies. Look at that.
Gababoosh.
Now you have your last gift to open. That's cool that we both got 3.
Yeah,
So what
we
could
didn't
that
time
be?
that. We didn't time that.
I know, we totally didn't. Okay, so here is my last clue for this one, okay? Medieval France was all about claiming territories and building and expanding. Expanding.
Did you say France?
Medieval France.
As in French?
Yes.
No!
Throw it away!
Yeah.
You just like totally threw it. Like that video of you throwing that Coke in the dumpster.
I love that video. Well, does it maybe have to relate to anything that we talked about earlier in the podcast?
It could. In fact,
That
I 100% guarantee it does.
That is not Switch related, though.
It could be.
All right, I'm opening it to the gifts. Oh, he gotcha. You big Jim.
Yep. It's the charger for the Switch.
It
Dog.
is the charger.
Yeah.
That is so funny. They sell these in France?
No, it's not French. It's American. But yeah, I thought that would be kind of crappy if you got a thing and you couldn't use it. And I didn't realize that. But then I
Gotta
went out
go
and
to the
bought one.
store tomorrow.
It kind of, yeah.
No,
but
no,
anyway.
this is perfect, dude.
Because I didn't want to get a fake one.
Yeah,
You know, because
like-
you're not supposed to. It's like, and I just you want to have the original stuff. That way, if anything happens, and so, you know, of course,
No,
those are
dude, I appreciate
the hardest
it.
ones to
Thank you.
get. So yeah. I just figure I wanted to give you something really practical that you'd use. You know what I mean?
No, totally.
Not that I haven't, but it's just like you know what I
No,
mean.
I know. No, it will. I will definitely put this to good use. Thank you.
Yeah.
So to recap, we've got
Oh,
Switch dock and materials and charger there. We've got Palutena. We've got
yes,
Go Diego Go,
you're star of the show.
and of course this big, beautiful Shy Guy.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at that
Yep.
Shy Guy.
That's amazing, dude. All right, Shy Guy, you're such a Shy Guy. And look at me. I got Kirby Star Allies. I got Space Station Silicon Valley, which I will be playing. And, of course,
The big
a
Jimmy Bot.
Coca-Cola. a delicious frosty. Look at this. Oh, doesn't it look just so... See how it's frosty looking? It's like you just pulled it out of the freezer at the right time before it's about
Glistening,
to
yeah.
burst. And you
Yeah.
crack it open, and there's just a little ice on the top. Oh,
A little bit
baby.
sprays your mouth as you're coming up. Like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I could go for a Coke right now.
Well, good
Well,
thing you
thank
got
you.
one.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot of fun, Case.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Another
thank
successful Christmas. And you
you. Another one
totally
in the books.
you totally fooled me with the packaging. I was like, because it didn't even feel like it was heavy enough to be a Switch game. Mm-hmm. That was the
Yeah,
weird, because
it
like the
was- yeah.
weight distribution was so weird, and I was like, it's squishy. I was like, what could this possibly be of value to anything?
Yeah. This
More
is
cotton
trash,
candy?
isn't it? Yeah.
More French cotton candy? By the way, people who are in France listening to us, we're just kidding. We love France. Right, Casey?
Speak for yourself.
All right, well, I think it's time we take a break. When we come back, we're going to be back into audio form. for our final outro featuring Craigslist Roundup, which now that I think about it, Craigslist Roundup makes a lot more sense if I showed you the Craigslist stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, but if you want to keep on rolling.
Nah, we'll just do it next time.
All right.
All right, see you in a little bit. We are back. That was extremely fun, Casey. Christmas has come. Presents have been dispersed. I have...
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't spoil it for people that maybe skipped over it because they wanted to watch the video.
You just bleep it out. You got beep. And they're like, oh,
yeah,
man,
okay.
I wonder...
Okay, I'll bleep it.
Wonder what he got.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a successful year. I think, I mean, I know I love my gifts, and I think you got some good ones too, so it worked out pretty well.
Oh, heck yeah. I got some great gifts that I might just use right when we're done.
Yep, I would say, I think
that might be too much of a clue.
Don't do it.
He can use it. But yeah, so now it's time. It's our last segment, of course, which is the Craigslist Roundup.
Craigslist Roundup. We back, baby.
I love me a Craigslist Roundup.
Been a hot second.
It's been a long time, yeah, but we have two today, so I'm making up for it. Two pickups this week. One a couple days ago, and one just this morning. One from a couple days ago was I'm gonna have you guess the price, okay?
Okay.
So it was a red Wii. You know those really cool red ones?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With the Wii, the red Wiimote. Okay. A white nunchuck. A black GameCube controller and a indigo GameCube controller, and Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and a GameCube memory card.
All right, so a Wii nunchuck, 2 GameCube controllers, Brawl, and a memory card.
And a Wiimote, yeah.
I'm gonna say $60.
Lower.
$40.
You got it. Nice.
That's pretty darn good, though.
Yeah, I got it honestly because I wanted some GameCube controllers. Because I just realized I only had 2.
I would say, especially now with Smash,
WarioWare.
you could probably resell those now.
See, I tried. Yeah, I probably could, but I tried playing. I just don't like the game. I don't like having the L and I don't like the L and R buttons on the game. I just don't like. I'm just not used to it, you know.
Yeah,
so,
I think it'd be one of those if you've been playing since Melee.
You'd
probably be like,
totally.
I can't think of anything else.
I mean,
like how I'd ever want to play.
I love the GameCube controller. Don't get me wrong. Like it's like one of my favorite controllers of all time. In fact, what's so cool? Do you know that you can play any game on the Switch with the GameCube controller? I mean, that is so cool.
Yeah, it's
right?
funny. I was actually
as long
playing
as it, you know,
Grease like the first 10-15 minutes I've played was with the GameCube controller.
Isn't that yeah? It's so cool. So I was like, man, this is great for like if I need another controller. Like, can you use 4 of them? I think you can, right?
I don't
As
see
4
why
different
you wouldn't be able
I just
to.
think that's awesome. So anyway, yeah, $40 for that. And I've always wanted a red Wii. Now the thing that stinks is that the flaps on the top are gone, which
Oh, and you know what's funny? If you tried to buy those flaps separately, they'd probably cost you more than what I spent to get the whole thing.
Yeah, I know, but that's okay. I'll find some more in the future or something.
Yeah,
anyway.
down the road.
Yeah. They have really cheap replacement ones for the white and black ones, of course, on Amazon, but not for the red ones. And then my next pickup I just got this morning. I'll do the guess the price again. It was a black and blue new 2DS XL. Okay. Mm-hmm. With a nice case. With Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Bowser's Minions. The first one, right? Mm-hmm. The one that you reviewed.
Yep.
That game with
Superstar
the box.
Saga.
Yep, with the box. So that game with the box. And then Call of Duty Black Ops for the DS. And then 2 other DS games. And Minecraft, the physical version. Without the box, though. For the new 3DS game, Minecraft, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's it. So all those things.
So you got a new... Did the 3DS have...
And it came with its box.
The 3DS had the box?
Yep.
I'm gonna say. I'm torn between $60 and $70.
Why don't you cut the difference there?
65.
Yep.
Not too shabby.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm
That's
spot on
amazing,
today
yeah.
with my guesses.
Yeah,
man.
that was amazing. My goodness. Yeah, 65. So, yeah,
That's a bargain and a half, man.
Yeah, I was like, I want to play Mario and Luigi, you know. So I was like, you know, that's not a cheap game at all. So I was like, that's almost, you know, take that away, say $30. I just got like a new 2DS for $35, you know. And also Minecraft.
And with the box
that's
too,
cool.
though, that's crazy.
Yeah, came with the box.
It's
and,
like I could
and
almost
with a nice case.
Yeah, as I say, I could almost understand like cheapish, like loose, but with the box, man, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Them roundups, man. Them roundups are serious in Iowa.
That's right. So that'll do it for the Craigslist Roundup. And that'll do it for our show.
Ooh-wee, another successful Christmas in the books.
Yep. Next time you hear from us, it will be past Christmas.
Yep, but not
Just
past
barely,
New
though.
Year.
Well, not past New Year.
Yep,
so
because we're going to keep on riding. We haven't missed a show in over 2 years, or ever. I mean, ever, really.
yeah,
We
we haven't.
We've never missed a show, and we're going to keep it
And we
that
never
way.
will.
Yep.
We never will.
The only thing that's going to keep us from doing an episode is if one of us dies. But
Yep.
the other one's
Even
still
then,
going to keep pushing on.
We're just
so-
going to call Alex Kalafi if that happens.
Yeah.
But speaking of it, he should be on the next episode.
Yes, sir.
So-
Yep. Yeah, so we will have our normal episode up this Thursday. Again, you're listening to it. But next episode will be going up like normal, so don't worry about Halloween. Jesus, Halloween. About Christmas messing that up. Yeah, it's so funny. I always say like insert random holiday when I'm talking about a certain holiday, you know. But but yeah, so we'll probably have a pretty fun little episode. It might be a little on the shorter side with the holiday. Normally we record on Tuesdays, which is actually Christmas.
Everyone just heard what you said.
Yep. So that means it's probably going to be a 3.5 hour
hours.
episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it should be good times. Yeah. First and foremost, thank you, Perry, for the wonderful gifts.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for the wonderful gifts.
Yes, indeed.
I'm holding. Oh, I actually, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it right
Yeah.
now in case people wanna
Spoils.
haven't seen it yet.
But yeah, so
Spoilers, they're good.
Yeah, you'll definitely want to check it out. I mean, if you listen to it, I think we did a good job of making it interesting for those listening. But like I said, it'll be over on YouTube, the video of that, if you want to see us open them puppies up. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah,
That's
I
funny.
guess Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody.
Yeah. Happy Kwanzaa.
I know Hanukkah's come and gone. That was really early this year, I feel like. But
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone have a good Christmas day, and we will see you for our next show next week.
Yes, sir.
Casey dies, and then you'll just see me and Alex.
God, I hope I don't. Just leave it on that.
Yeah. And I was like, guys, I have meeple pillows. So, sorry.
What's worse than a pair of Johns? Pair of Jims, and we've got them right here.